Welcome to This Week in East Brunswick. Today we take a look at the beautiful art display at the library this month and talk with the artist, Glenford John. Then we head over to House of Cupcakes for a ribbon cutting and business spotlight with Mayor David Stahl. Barbara Rees takes us on a tour of Great Oak Park with Director of Recreation, Parks and Community Services, Michael Reisner. All this, plus a special in our schools highlighting the Lowe's Learning Center at East Brunswick High School. So stay with us.
This is Barbara Rees reporting for This Week in East Brunswick. We're here today at the East Brunswick Library to get a closer look at their July art display by Glenford John. Come join us.
Yeah, from a small island called Dominica, not to be confused with Dominican Republic. And so Dominica really sits right between two French islands called Guadeloupe and Martinique. And the population here is like 71,000, and the square mile is like about 290 square miles. And so Dominica gained independence in 1978 from Britain, and so we are Caribbean English-speaking language, but we also speak another language called Creole, which is a connection, I have a French connection to it. And so the Britain, the UK, and of course the French were always having little wars over this island, and finally Britain France yielded to Britain, and so that's why we have this connection. But we have this connection, and there's also what we call the Caribs on the island, which will really migrated from the South America, and basically the natives on that island. We used to have the Arawaks too, but they're no longer there. But we have the Caribs, which, as you can see in some of my work, you will see what we call the Kalinago people. That's what they call themselves. And so they also named the island Waitikubuli, and that's how they name it. But that's basically what the name is called, Dominica. And now it is known as the Commonwealth of Dominica since we gained independence in 1978. One of the things that we are about Dominica, it is known for the lush greens, the breathtaking island. When it is a rainforest island. There are a lot of mountains, a lot of rivers. In fact, there's recorded 165 rivers, and so there's a lot of water there and all that. And so, it is one of the beautiful paradises. It is one of the last island that was left untouched, and now it is being really discovered because a lot of people doesn't even know about this island. And so my painting is influenced by these landscape and the sceneries and all that. And I love nature. In fact, when I migrated to the U.S., I kind of missing it more, and the image stays in my head, and I just love nature and culture. And and so that's what you will see dominant in my work. And so every time I paint, there's the colors, the vibrancy of the colors and everything always comes across.
Even when you're painting people, they also seem very awake and alive and full of energy.
Oh, yes. And that is one of the things that Dominica is known for. The people, they're simple but yet energetic. Their life is always so easy. They work with what they have, but yet still they always seem to be happy with the little that they have. And one of the things too that the culture in that island is, and also the other Caribbean islands as well, is one of the main things that, and also that's one of the things that drives my work also, even when I came up here too. So the dances, the sports, music, even the traditional food is one of the things that, it is very, very important. And as you can see, dominant in my work, And even when I come here, I have learned to appreciate it even more and learn to appreciate other cultures as well, to learn it from them, and realizing that this country is made up of so many different nationalities, the different way of life, different tradition, and all that, what makes this country special. I've learned to incorporate that into my work too. If you look at my work, which some of them is the folk music, the traditional dancing, and that is these kind of dances. It's not just a dance, but you have to learn it, and you have to know the moves. You have to learn the moves and the different things, and so. And there's stories behind this. There's dances and there's music and what, there's festivities, and that's what really, it's very much part of my work. Okay, when I came here, I came to the U.S., I living in Brooklyn, and I have one of the paintings at the first apartment I was living in. It's called Brooklyn. I just named it Brooklyn. And so that I just cannot help but to make sure I got it on a painting. It's a watercolor. And again, I moved from New York, then I live in Miami, and I learned from the culture down there also. I spent about 8 years down there. Then I come back to New York, and then moved to New Jersey in this area in Sayreville, probably. And so I was able to establish myself here, exhibit in the local areas, and continue to show my work on the website. And if you go on that website, it will direct you to where you could purchase the prints. Now, the originals, you would have to call me also to, about that. But with the prints, you can go to glenfordjohn.com, and that's all you need. My goal really is to continue to do this work, and to move into other direction as far as I see fit, because as you grow and as you involve in things always change, and I want to simplify it and move into other, things. But for now, the images in my head, I just really, really and I would say just continue to do the nature and culture, which really that's where I'm at now,
This is Barbara Reese reporting for This Week in East Brunswick. We hope you've enjoyed our discussion with New Jersey artist Glenford John. His work will be on display here at the East Brunswick Library through the end of July. We look forward to seeing you here soon.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Hi, it's Mayor David Stahl for the grand opening of House of Cupcakes at Summerhill Square Plaza. I'm pleased to be joined with Steve, Ruth, and Ron of the House of Cupcakes. Great to be up here for this exciting day of grand opening. I know the House of Cupcakes was on the Food Shopping Network, so let's talk first about that great experience.
Yeah, it was awesome. A couple of years, about a year or so, about 2 years after we were open? Probably about 2 years after we were open, we got a call from Cupcake Wars. And they sent us an email. We just ignored it because we never heard of them before, to tell you the truth. And then they called us and they asked if we got the email. We said, yeah, we did. We didn't know what it was, so we sent it. We did an audition tape. As push comes to shove, we did an audition tape like 11 o'clock at night. Sent it in. About 3 days later, they called us, and they said we're on the show. Next thing we know, we're on a plane to California. We won the show, and then everything broke loose after that. It's like everybody kind of found out what we're all about, what we do, and where we were, most importantly.
All right, well, obviously the cupcakes are delicious, so let's talk about the product here.
Well, the product happens to be recipes that I got from my family, and I worked for 6 months to perfect them, and then I found a place in Princeton the next day after I finished my last cupcake recipe, and I opened there in 2008, and ever since then it's just like a madhouse. It exploded.
Why don't you talk about some of the different varieties that you offer, because I could see them, and there's quite many of them.
Well, part of our concept is 37 different flavors. We have gluten-free, we have sugar-free, and we're always trying to do specialty cupcakes for people that have certain dietary restrictions. Vegan will be coming out shortly, and the rest of our cupcakes are just the cupcakes that are just cupcakes for everybody.
That's fantastic. Now, Steve, why did you decide to move into East Brunswick?
Well, East Brunswick has always been a very special market for us. I was a founder for a company called Party City. My third store out of the 400 that we opened was in East Brunswick. And East Brunswick always did great at the top of the list for us of the 400 stores around the country. We really were looking for a location that was dynamic. This shopping center that we're in is unbelievable. It's a very special shopping center between the Toys R Us's and our co-tenancy. It's really strong. It's a great shopping area. It pulls from many different markets. It's just not East Brunswick. It's everything from North Brunswick to South Brunswick to further down south. So it was really just ideal. And I think the other thing is that we are going to be franchising this concept. One of the reasons why I got involved with Ron and Ruthie was for the last 14 years, I've been looking for a concept that was franchisable, because that's basically how I started Party City. It was very difficult to find something that I thought would really work until I heard that Ron and Ruthie opened up this store, and I lost contact with Ron and Ruthie. Ron and Ruthie were franchisees of mine at Party City, and I lost touch maybe for about 10, 12 years. I found out that they were in Princeton. I went down to take a look at the store, and I said, oh my gosh, this is it. And so we are basically, we looked for a location. We actually opened up 3 locations, one in New York City, one in the Bronx, and the third one being East Brunswick. The East Brunswick was the most important location for us. East Brunswick has been incredibly good for me personally, and the reality is we opened up here last Saturday. There were 100 people standing on line outside the door before we opened it up. We had lines out the store for the first 4 hours we were open, and at the end of the day, we were feeling really good that we're there.
Well, look, I've always been preaching as mayor that East Brunswick is an incredible economic market for stores and for retail. I think you're right, particularly with respect to Summerhill Square. You've got a great mix of stores here in terms of retail, the food establishments, and then the complimentary type, dessert type stores that are here. So I think you're going to do fantastic here. What are the hours that you're going to be open?
We're open from 10 to 9:30 every day.
And is there a website?
It'll be houseofcupcakes.com.
And on the website, some of the things we'll have are our specialty cupcakes that we do. And we do a lot of different things that other cupcake shops don't do, like we do corporate logos, we do pull-apart cakes. Anything that they want on the particular cupcake can be a graduation theme, a wedding theme.
You want the mayor's face on
right,
the cupcake?
the mayor's
You can do that
face,
too.
anything like that. So that's something that people should come down and take a look at, because it's something that you don't really see in a lot of places, and that we can customize to any
And
occasion.
even if they have some kind of crazy idea, we'll do. Probably one of the most interesting. We did a zombie theme
For a
for a wedding. They wanted a bloody brain on the cupcake because they were real into zombies, and it was fun.
What would be a number for people to contact you here at this location?
732-955-6026.
This is Barbara Reese reporting for This Week in East Brunswick. Come join us as we get a closer look at a neighborhood favorite, Great Oak Park. So tell us a little bit about how this park came to be known Great Oak Park and how it became a park in the first place.
It was back in the early 1980s. The family, the Garbaski family, owned and operated this property as a working farm. The farm was actually sold to a developer, which is now called Fox Meadows in East Brunswick, condos and townhomes. And when the township, I believe, received petitions to save the tree that is behind us, the Great Oak Park, and negotiate with the developer to save approximately 5.5 acres of land to dedicate towards a park. And that was negotiated and done. And that's how the parkland started. The Great Oak is a black oak. It is over 100 feet tall, and its tree trunk is over 18 feet in circumference. It is approximately believed to be close to 250 years old, so it's seen its share of change in East Brunswick for sure. The original purpose of the park back in 1992 has become an arboretum, which is basically just a collection of different species of trees. And the trees were all planted around the Great Oak and done so in alphabetical order, and all the information regarding each species of trees on a kiosk at Great Oak Park. And then several years ago, a Boy Scout troop, a local troop, came in and put plaques in front of each tree to designate the species of each tree and make it easier for park goers to identify them.
And they also have a pagoda here, I notice, a wooden pagoda where I think that also was a Boy Scout Eagle project as well, correct?
Yeah, besides the shade that the Great Oak provides in the park, that is also a project that the Eagle Scout had done quite recently, and it provides a nice sitting area for folks who come to Great Oak Park. The original intent or purpose of the park back in 1992 was for it to not be a park with a playground or an active park, as they would say, more of a passive area. Township officials back then, I think, came to find out became a popular gathering point for a lot of residents on this end of town. So several years after the Arboretum was created, I believe in 1994, playground equipment was installed, and it became a very, very busy park. So much so that they actually had to eventually expand the parking lot. In 2010, the playground equipment was completely upgraded, and it's a very well-visited park within the East Brunswick community for sure. So we have over 17 parks within our 24 square miles of our this big town, a big rural town. There's a little bit of variety in each of them. Some are lakefront, some have playgrounds, tennis courts, basketball courts. We encourage everybody, especially during the summer months, to get out, get active, and visit each park individually.
So tell us, what do you like about Great Oak Park?
It's nice, it's green, it has things to play, and it's centrally located, so we can just hop in just 5 minutes, hardly 5 minutes drive. So
It's close to everything.
close to everything, just there. Like even we are going shopping, we can always come in for 5 minutes. The kids can swing, and we can go back.
Oh, that's nice. So, Rena, tell us, what do you like about the park here at Great Oak?
Because there are swings
Oh, is your favorite the swings?
and there are slides.
What do you like most about the park?
Well,
Like the playground?
on playground, this is like the playground. This is like the playground.
And what's your favorite part of the playground? Do you like the slide or the swings, or what's your favorite?
The slide.
We actually, this is only our second time. We heard about it from a mother at preschool, and she was talking about the butterfly park. So we went to the dentist, and this was their reward for going to the dentist, was to come play at the park.
And what do you like about this particular park?
I like that it's contained. I like that the playground is kind of close together. I love the butterfly park. They love to watch the butterflies and all the flowers, so they think it's fun.
So we're here at Butterfly Park, and we're going to get a little overview from Mike about this part of the property. Mike, tell us how this all came about, that we have this special section for Butterfly Park.
Yeah, this was the brainchild of the East Brunswick Environmental Commission, specifically a member and resident, Dave Moskowitz, who had really the idea to create this parcel of the property back here back in 2002. I believe it's about 2.5 acres, and it is, from my understanding, the very first of its kind in the state of New Jersey, as far as an area dedicated to attracting butterflies. All the vegetation that that was planted and is maintained is to bring out the butterflies within the area. So it's a really, really beautiful area that Dave Moskowitz should take a lot of the credit for how beautiful the area is and how it's maintained and upkept. It's also become quite a community venture as well. A lot of community assistance from local Boy Scout troops, East Brunswick Youth Council. A lot of volunteers have come out and helped out as well. So, Dave should be commended on how nice this part of the park has turned out. There is an information kiosk within the Butterfly Park, and I am not an environmental scientist, but Dave is, and he also does some tours here as well for kids in schools, and it's a good learning experience as well for kids.
Well, thank you so much, Mike, for showing us around Great Oak Park. It was a lot of fun.
Well, we appreciate you guys coming out. Thank you very much.
And this is Barbara Reese reporting for This Week in East Brunswick. Thank you for joining us at Great Oak Park. We had a great time, and we hope you'll join us for the next installment, where we'll be at another East Brunswick park.
In Our Schools has brought us here to East Brunswick High School and the Lowe's Learning Lab. It's important for the community to know that there is also a similar lab at Hammersholt Middle School and Churchill Junior High School. And this is Stephanie Brown, who teaches the CBI at Hammersholt. Tell us about CBI. What is it, Stephanie, and how important is it to your student population?
CBI is very, very important to our student population. We work on social skills. We work on some pre-vocational skills at the middle school level, but a lot of what we do is working with all of this life skills equipment. So we work with cooking and baking in our kitchen. We do laundry. We use the washing machine, the dryer. We fold those clothes and fold those towels. We make the bed. We set the table. We vacuum. We sweep. So it just really prepares them to be able to live independently later on in their lives and now.
Okay, so CBI stands for Community-Based Instruction. And how important is it for it to start at Hammersholt Middle School and then go to Churchill Junior High School and then up here to the high school, where I believe some of these students that we heard from today are graduating?
It really is critical because the students need to start learning the skills early so that they can build upon them. A lot of times we have to start small with the skills, maybe just one step at a time. And so to start those steps early on, we're able to build upon what they've learned until ultimately they get to the high school. And then they can really do it all by themselves, independently, take it to wherever they live after 21. And
fantastic.
Themselves.
So thank you certainly to Lowe's, because it certainly helped you be able to do what you need to do and help the kids learn what they need to learn to be able to be out there living in the community and being active citizens. I know that some are looking forward to applying for jobs at the Hilton and all over the place. So thank you for starting the process.
Yes.
And certainly thank you to Lowe's for providing all of the...
Yes, thank you so much, Lowe's. We really could not have done this without you. And with the equipment, now we have all the tools we need. So it's awesome. Thank you.
Stephanie.
Thank you.
So this is Lois and Kristen. They're the teachers here at East Brunswick High School who, as teachers, are benefiting from the Lowe's Learning Lab. And in turn, they're really helping the students. So tell us how this has impacted teaching and learning in your classroom.
With all these wonderful facilities, we are able to really give the kids authentic opportunities to use the tools and to learn the skills that they need that can transfer to their adult life and independence and increase their independence at home and in the job.
Kristen, what are some of the skills that these students specifically?
Well, they've been learning about how to make a bed, how to do laundry, how to fold towels, how to do the dishes, how to follow a recipe, how to clean, right? How to mop the floor.
So kind of everything you need to do in order to survive. Right, excellent. So they'll be able to do that. Now, we did speak with Stephanie from Hammersholt earlier, and how important is it? She told us a little bit for you to have this at Hammersholt, Churchill, and then...
The follow-through is imperative. Where the students start, the earlier they learn and they get the exposure to the equipment and the materials and the tasks, the better it is for them to really own them by the time they come up to us. So in Churchill and in Hammersholt, they have a chance to get introduced and to really practice. And usually down there, they're more group work, and the teacher gives them a little bit more support. When they come up to us, where we help them to become more independent with those same skills. So learning how to do the laundry, not in a group anymore, go do the laundry yourself, fold it yourself. So it's a progression of skills, and that's imperative for our kids. The earlier they learn it, the earlier they're exposed, the better opportunity they're going to have to be able to really own those skills independently as adults.
So, Lois, what you're really talking about is independence.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Getting the students as independent as possible, using their skills, identifying their strengths, and teaching them how to use their strengths in an independent manner.
So graduation is about 18 days away.
Yes.
Do you have students graduating?
We do. We have about six students graduating, and I really feel, like a lot of the skills that we've worked on in the class, they're going to carry that on, into their everyday life from here on.
We are so fortunate and lucky to have Lowe's supported us, and all of our students and families are benefiting from all of the things that Lowe's gave to us.
I know when I heard some of those things that the kids are doing at home now.
Incredible that they're able, and the parents are surprised too. You know, we'll say, oh, so-and-so just folded a load of laundry, and the parents will call us and say, wow, we didn't know they can do that. Now they're going to do it at home. And it's just increasing independence and it's increasing self-esteem, and that's what our kids need to know. They are very capable people, and we encourage them to be capable and give them opportunities to shine.
You know, Lois, while we have you here, talk about, you'll be out in the community this summer, and what are you going to be looking for?
Our students spend half of their day using their skills out in the community. We have wonderful partners within the community. We have job sites and people in the community who allow our students to come in and volunteer their time, and they give them opportunities to do jobs within their organization. So this summer I'll be out in the community looking for more job sites, more opportunities, more career opportunities for our kids. And our kids come in with job coaches and they learn the skills that they need to do, and that's what I'll be doing. The more the better.
So I'm sure that people will be looking forward to seeing you.
I hope so. I hope we get lots more people.
Thank you for all that you do.
Thank you.